Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be flying from the northern part of Indiana to Pittsburgh to see the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Bears. I'm going to be flying in a Cessna 152. As you can see, it's a little two-seater. This would be my first time flying cross country in this plane and only my second time flying solo, because I was just checked out in this plane about 2 to 3 weeks ago. The weather is VFR all the way there, as well as tomorrow when I return, which is great because this plane is not IFR equipped, so I wouldn't be able to fly in any kind of IMC weather. So the airport that I am flying out of right now is not a towered airport. So that's just me making some of my calls that you should make if you have radio and you're flying out of a non-towered airport, but of course it is not required. Here I am just taking some selfies and pictures of the scenery. Nothing too wonderful to see. And then as you can see, the plane is not IFR equipped. One OBS. I mean, it has the basic, six pack or whatever, but it is not IFR equipped. So right now I'm flying right downwind for runway 23 because I'm going to land at Mansfield Airport, which is Kilo Mike Foxtrot Delta, to get some fuel. I have about an hour to go before I reach Pittsburgh, and I did not want to take any chances on running out of fuel, so I decided to go ahead and stop. It is almost silver twilight, and I prefer to stop for fuel before it is nighttime. So this airport is a Delta airport, full service. The price for 100 low lead is $5.74 per gallon, which is less than what it is currently going for in Illinois. Most Delta airports in Illinois, it's around $6 to $6.50 per gallon. So whenever I'm flying a long cross-country trip, anything over 250 nautical miles or over 3 hours, I will stop off and get fuel, and I try my best to stop off at a Delta airport. I just prefer to stop off at airports that are full service, have a nice FBO, use the facilities, and there are some non-towered ones that have that, but I just try my best to find a Delta airport if the price of fuel is reasonable, so I can just get water, coffee. Some of the Delta airports have little diners, which is really cool. So grab something to eat. So this is a Delta airport, and this is me on final for runway 23. The winds aren't that strong, maybe velocity, maybe like 8 knots, something like that. Not too strong, but I'm gonna grease this landing, at least try to, in a 152, which you need full flaps. I'm not a fan of full flaps, but in a 152, full flaps. All right, so I'm all filled up and ready to take off on runway 23. As you can see, it is now completely nighttime. So this is my first night flight in a 152. I don't know if I'm excited or what, but I know it was like, here we go. I've never actually flown at night in an airplane that wasn't IFR equipped. So this is my very first time flying a cross-country trip and flying at night and flying solo in an aircraft that is not IFR equipped. And so for some of you, you may not realize this, but there is some comfort in flying a plane that is IFR equipped versus one that's not. When I'm flying at night, I always load up an approach about 15 miles from the field, and I will let the tower know that I'm tracking the approach. Or if I'm landing at a non-towered airport, of course, I call out over the radio, CTAP, and I let them know that I'm tracking an approach coming in to land. But it just makes flying at night a lot easier, and I think also a lot safer. So that's why I prefer flying planes that are IFR equipped. I've arrived in Pittsburgh, and I am landing at Kilo Alpha Golf Charlie. Allegheny County Airport. It is also a Delta airport. I am flying a right downwind for runway 28, and this will be a full stop because after I land, I am going to change into my Cowboys jersey and head straight to Heinz Field to see the Steelers versus the Bears. So here I am now, just turning from base to final for runway 28. So I'm actually arriving about 45 minutes late. I should have arrived around civil twilight, but there was a issue with another plane that I was supposed to be flying. But that's okay. As you can see, this runway does not have centerline lights, which I actually prefer that the runway not have centerline lights. I think the centerline lights are way too bright and they can sometimes be blinding. So I'm actually happy this runway does not have them. Let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are. If you fly at night, do you prefer runways with centerline lights or without them? So those two guys actually drove together from New York, which was a 6-hour drive to see this game. So I thought it was super cool that I ended up sitting next to them because we both ended up taking road trips. Well, me, it was in the air, but them, it was actually on the road just to see the Bears against the Steelers. And so I'm taking off from Allegheny, very nice FBO, and I am on my way back home. So super excited. Game was nice. Pittsburgh is very beautiful. I wish I had time to fly around at night. They have a lot of bridges. I mean, a lot of bridges. So very thankful that this trip ended up being a safe one. No drama. Very beautiful VFR weather. No clouds. So I'm on my way back home. Thanks for watching.